Hello, parents. Welcome to Digital Design. I'm Mr. Cummings, and I am your child's digital design teacher. I have about 25 years teaching experience, and most of that has been here at Boynton High. This is my 20th year teaching here. And I was at Boca Raton High School before that, and Broward before that. Sorry about that. Okay, if you look over here, you see my contact information. I have Google Voice, and I do have a phone number in the classroom. But the best way to reach me usually is by email. I do check my email multiple times a day, and I will get back to you very quickly if you do email me. Usually what the students will do is they'll come in, they'll see the whiteboard, looks something like this, and has the date on there, the standards, basically the do now, what they're supposed to do when they come in, and what our objective is. And if you see right now, what we're doing is we're doing basic coding with JavaScript. I'm teaching them how to do basic code. So we're using a website called Codeorg. And it's a free site. It's really a great site. Let me show it to you real quick. It looks like this. And you have Carol the dog here. And Carol the dog follows commands. You give Carol the dog commands, and Carol follows them. And right now, we're right at the beginning of this. We just started it last week. So we only have 4 commands that we've learned so far. And you see they're right down here in the quick docs. But this is really a neat program here because you actually type the code out with text. So, and then you run it. You can run it and see, what it does as it goes. All right. Additionally, we are doing Codeorg. Here's Codeorg. In here, we are doing app development. See, we have a little iPhone over here. So we were spent quite a bit of days last week where we were learning the different tools that they have here, like putting buttons on, adding an image, adding a screen, doing the color schemes, and all that. So we are going to do the code for this also. We're going to code in here, but this is a little different because in here, when you code, it's mostly where you're taking blocks and fitting the blocks together to do the code. So it's a little bit easier. You can code in the straight text with this also, but for most of the time, the students do the little Lego block. I call them Lego blocks that fit together. I also like to do a lot of photo editing, and we've been using a site called Pixlr. Here's this site. This is another free site that they're all registered for, and this is like a cut down version of Photoshop. It's not as powerful as Photoshop with all the features, but it has quite a bit of them. It's just like cut down. You can do a lot with this. And you see here, this is a little project that we did recently with a superhero on the mountain. And we also did it with gradient, where we had a gradient color of about 3 or 4 colors in the sun. And then we had to use black for the other color so that it gives the form of like negative space. Okay, so we've been doing quite a bit of projects with that. And if you look at my Google Classroom here, I do have Google Classroom. In there, I post the videos. So each day, I put the video in there, and then I put them in a group for the week. Like here's all the videos for last week, where we were doing the app development. And then the week before, the sun gradient. We did some, we did text gradient. So I do have the stuff all in there. If they miss class or they're a little unsure of what to do, they could do all of this at home. They can watch the video. They could open up the program. They can follow along step by step. Also, I put the classwork assignments in here. As for grades, I like to give a couple of grades per week at least. All right, so, and I am really current with the grades. I don't let a week go by where the grades are not put in by Friday. At the latest, I'll get them in over the weekend, but I try to keep the grades current all through the year, so that way there are no surprises. In Google Classroom also, you can view my expectations. All right, I do have these posted in there if you wanted to read these, but for the most part, I try to keep it like a college class. I try to have the students act mature and be responsible, because let's face it, in a year or two, they're going to be out there either in college or in a job, what have you. So we strive for that. We do work on having the students pass an industry certification exam. That's the midterm and the final. They could choose either a Photoshop exam, or they can do like an animation exam. I'm going to show you a little example of an animation. I do like to do quite a few animations with the class, so I will show you this here. Let me just change the view of my screen. I'm going to show you a window. All right, let me show you that here. Here's there we go. I try to do animations based on the time of year. Here's one that I taught the kids last year for the South Florida Fair. So if you view this, it's done with like a mask. There's a double mask in here. So I like to tell the students, somebody's getting paid to make these. You know, you see them all the time. You see them on commercials. They're on movies. They're on sporting events. They're online. They're everywhere. So somebody's getting paid to make these little animations. So if you know how to do this in Flash, you can do this same thing using the Apple platform or any other program that makes like these little animations. Once you know one, you can do the others. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, again, here is my contact information. Please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm here every day, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.